is Monday, March 31st. Right now it's 9:45 p.m. Pacific time. So the Asian session for Tuesday in the other side is coming to a close. So just to give a quick update on the gold markets, here is where the markets are trading. Gold had another breakout in today's Tokyo session. It's trading at 31.44 right now. So just to recap what happened in the last 24 hours, I previously had a couple of positions on. One was a core position I put on from last week, and another one I put on Sunday. So the Sunday position I actually ended up exiting in the London Open overnight. I did not hold it overnight. I chose to exit because the 5 and 15 minute were trading kind of flat. You see this asymptotic kind of move. And then it actually, I was looking at a trend line, this short-term trend line right here. And when it approached this trend line at the London Open, it did not really bounce very strongly. So I ended up exiting exactly at 2 o'clock a.m. So I exited here. I thought it would, at best trade sideways, and a breakout was not very likely. That turned out to be the case. So throughout the London and New York session, not much change. Although the price did sell off quite dramatically in the London and New York overlap before recovering to about the same levels. So this is something that I see happen quite frequently. If I were to set a stop loss, for example, at what appears to be the lows, these could sometimes stop me out. You could say it's stop loss hunting. You could say it happens for whatever reason, but people in the markets are selling. So for a brief period, it sells off dramatically, but the gap also gets filled quite quickly. So to avoid these kind of situations, either you have to trade shorter term than what happens here, or you have to, trade longer term and be a little bit more generous with your stop losses. So in this case, I had my previous core position. The stop loss was very early, I think at like 3,065. It was pretty much a break-even stop loss. I didn't even really trail it yet. So it was very far. I did not even worry about it being hit. And then my second position that I put on, the 0.9 lot size, I just closed it manually to take profits from the Asian session. So yeah, the next morning when I got up, I was checking the New York session. So by the time I saw it, the sell-off was already underway, and then it rebounded. And then towards the end of the New York session, the price started, came back to the same place. So I was looking for another opportunity to buy if it broke out again. Just to give an idea of the 1 hour time frame, this is a consolidation pattern, one of my favorites, this ascending triangle pattern. So essentially the highs are at the same level with higher lows. So you have this triangle pattern here, and then eventually it's very likely to break out. So that happened at the beginning of today's Tokyo session. Not right at the beginning, but a couple hours in. So I was watching the Tokyo session. This had a sell-off candle, so I was a little bit apprehensive. I was thinking if I should exit my core position. But then maybe half an hour to an hour later, the price recovered and was on the cusp of breakout again. So I entered exactly at this 15-minute candle, and I'll zoom in to show even the 2-minute time frame in which I entered. So I entered exactly right here, and the way I was looking at this pattern was I started paying attention around right here with this very big bullish candle at 17 minutes 48. So this actually closed above the previous highs that are these wicks here, but I wanted to see the reaction to this candle. So the next 2 minute sold off, and then the next 2 minute candle after that pushed it back up, and it traded sideways a little bit until this candle. So I believe I bought pretty much at this wick here. So it appeared to break out, came back, and then when it did not sell off, I put on a second position for a total about 1.7% total risk with 2 positions of 1 lot each. So again, this this broke out quite rapidly right afterwards. At about 1800, the breakout happened very quickly. This was about $6 or $7 within, just like a 4-minute time frame here, 5-minute time frame. So yeah, it actually turned into a giant wick on the 5-minute candle, but at that point I was fairly certain the breakout was going to continue, and it did throughout the entire Tokyo session. And now the Tokyo session is coming to an end with the price trading pretty much at the all-time highs at 31.45. So yeah, I could trail my stop loss to break even already. This is trade number 13, so I started the trade with the stop loss at 31.09, which was about here. So the reason I picked here was just to ignore this wick as kind of short-term noise. I was looking at the 1 hour time frame, and 13.09 is nicely below these main candles here. So this breakout continued. We're still bullish on the 1 hour time frame. All the Ichimoku lines are pointing upwards, and this 1 hour candle is about to close in about 7 minutes. So yeah, not much resistance so far. I don't see a sell-off just yet. Let's check the 4 hour. Okay, so the 4 hour candle is also going to close in 7 minutes, and this is going to be a breakout 4 hour candle. So yeah, on the obviously on the daily chart, it is continuously bullish. I would be starting to be careful maybe towards the middle of this week or towards the end, simply because of using symmetry. This leg is now approaching the same length of the previous leg. So the previous leg was about 6% or $170. So measuring from the low, $170 would be about here at 31.81. So yeah, just about before it approaches $3,200, I would probably be looking for topping patterns and either aggressively trailing my stop loss or taking off some of my positions. So that would be good for me to keep in mind. I'll just place a special line, horizontal line here, so I don't forget this price level. Yeah, I'll make it a purple line and a dashed line. I'll make it a lighter purple just to see it better. So yeah, this will be my potential price target. Not that I'm setting a price target to automatically exit my trades, but just to keep a mental note here. So yeah, this is gold. It's breaking out quite a bit this week. So these last several weeks are continuously bullish after it broke out of the $3,000 level. No indication it is slowing down just yet. Although if we look at the weekly chart, let's also do the same exercise to measure how long these legs are. So the previous leg up before any resistance was about $500 or 21%. So from the bottom here, let's say $500. Okay, so we've already exceeded that on the weekly time frame. So it doesn't mean it will for sure retrace, but just to give an idea of symmetry, this is usually how I measure and put things in perspective. And obviously on the monthly time frame, we are continuously bullish here. So yeah, still looking good. You never know how far these moves can go. So I'm trying to stay positioned here as long as possible. Yeah, right now I'm up about, on this recent trade that I entered today, I risked just about 18,000 per position. So almost 1-to-1 in terms of profits right now. My open profit since entering this last trade is about 1,700 on both positions. All right, and the previous core position is I think about 3-to-1 right now. Yeah, I risked 2,000 and right now almost at 6,000 profits. So 3-to-1 on my previous position from last week. Not too bad. Let's check how the dollar is doing. So if the dollar continues to sell off, gold could move quite a bit higher. So yeah, dollar index not looking too strong this week. It could sell off this week or next week. So keeping that in mind, I would be more inclined to stay in this trade. Dollar yen, similar setup. Dollar Swiss franc, also trading sideways. Yeah, some of the other currencies are not too active right now. Let's look at the yen, also not much action. Let's check out the euro, also recovering from this big move at the beginning of March. Let's check the pound. It's probably the same as the euro. Yeah, similar. So mainly the move is in gold right now, somewhat in silver, and Bitcoin is kind of mixed. Yeah, Bitcoin is kind of behaving as a risk measure right now. So most of the risk on trades are either unwinding or not very active. So similarly, Bitcoin is not too active right now. Anyway, I have 3 positions open on gold. Depending on the price action before London, I may trail to break even and keep this overnight, but I shall see.